Hi traders, welcome to our 5-part video series on the 80% OE case study. Okay, this is a strategy construction practical, and in today's part, we're going to be taking a look at step 3, the stats review and the inferences that we're going to make out of it. This and more in this live trading session video. Hi traders, thank you for joining the Master the Markets team in our live trading session video today and supporting us in our mission to spread the truth of trading and help you achieve consistent trading performance. It is Tune Up on here, founder of Master the Markets, Elite Traders Conference and the Traders Open Day. So here we are, traders, on step 3 out of the 5 steps in this 5-part video series on stats review and inferences. Now, what did we take a look at the previous steps? Now, before I come into today's video, I just want to do a very quick recap. And of course, for those of you who are joining in for the first time, I just want to let you know that if you go on to our Master the Markets channel, let me just bring that up over here. Let me see if I can do that. Let me just come on to here. If I go on to there, or profile, Master the Markets 2010, because it's been going on since 2010. That's why we call Master the Markets 2010. Now, over there, traders, what you can see is if you go under streams, you can see the previous parts in this video series, okay? Then you can go and watch that. Now, a quick recap. What did we take a look at the previous videos is that we looked at building up the strategy rules first, where it was a very simple strategy, which is, of course, the one that we also spoke on Society of Technical Analysis, where we were invited to come and speak on. And you can see over here, whenever we got a confirmation, the dot and the arrow, right? We enter on the close of the bar, stop loss for the swing low, and then we take a 80% probability, which is a 25 pip target. Now, based on that, and we only select the dots which are all phase 1 trades, which is in alignment with the trend, okay? Now, once we got all of that, then we do a replay mode, don't look at the trades in the future, and then we collect all of this results, right, onto a spreadsheet. So if you see traders over here, so that's what we did, right? And that's what we covered in the previous sessions. All the trades we are taking and then we are analyzing. That is our constant. So that's what we do. So we build the constant first. Okay, so the constant, and after the constant, then we build different variations based on this, and that's what we covered in the last video 2. And then over there, then we then compare against the constant. Okay, the main reason for doing that is to see if we can reduce the drawdown rates, which is what we're going to be looking at more closely today. And that is what you are seeing over here with the different variations over here, okay? Strategy 2, strategy 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. But this is your constant that we are taking a look at, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Now today, what we are going to be taking a look at basically in today's one is the stats review of this entire thing. Now, so what are we looking for? We are looking to compare the stats for the constant, right, versus the different variations. So this is what we are looking at, traders, yeah? If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and smash that like icon. If you haven't joined our channel yet, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications immediately when we post up quality content like this, and especially to get our live trading updates sent directly to your phone. So let's go and take a look at that. So what do we have at the moment when we have tested out all the different variations? We have this one over here, right? This is what we collected into all over here. Now, how do we did that in the summary table here? Is that from our initial one, our raw testing, see strategy 2, we collect all of this, right? Like here, just in a vertical format, And from all the years that we're testing, over 10 years we tested this, right, on an 80% open equity strategy. And then what we then get in the end, if you scroll all the way down, for each of the versions, all this, right, total profit and all that, lost net profit, all that, all this for different strategy versions is what then we are compiling into the spreadsheet here. This is our summary. Okay, this is our summary. Our summary table is what we're looking at. Now over here, what we then take a look at is in strategy 1, this is our constant, isn't it, traders? Yeah. We first take a look at the reliability. The constant, the reliability was quite near to 90%. Okay, 90%. Now in this constant, we did take all the dots except for a few exceptions. Okay, except for a few exceptions. The one that I showed you just now is just on phase 1, just to give you an idea of what the strategy is about. But in this constant, we took all the dots. So if I go back to the charts here, and of course, if you all got any questions, just put into the chat box. I will answer that later on. I'm getting some questions in my phone and email as well. I'll take a look at them later on. But in terms of here, what we were taking a look at, only selecting the phase ones. But in the constant that we are looking at, we're taking everything, all the dots that we are seeing, except for a few exceptions. Okay, we won't be taking them. Right. Now, based on that is what we got, the table here. And in this table, what we're saying is 90%, that's the reliability. That means 90% of them win. Okay, that's the reliability. Then we take a look at the total profit. Okay, how much was the TGP? We call it total gross profit. Okay, then we also take a look at the total gross loss. Okay, now over here, which is 4,333. As professionals, we are more concerned about this number, okay, rather than even this. Then finally, we then take a look at the net profit. As long as TGP is bigger than TGL, naturally you get a net profit. And then what we are then taking a look at in terms of percentage wise, how much would that be, right? Okay, so we've got all of that over here. Now, what is the main reason then? What are we then really looking at? Now, remember that everything that you're learning here, traders, yeah, these are principles, okay? Everything we're teaching is principles. So you can apply this to any strategy, not just this strategy. We're not rigid over here. We're strategy developers. So we know how to develop all kinds of strategy when you extract a principle from one, okay? So this is your different stats. Then we compare it against all the rest of the versions, okay? Now, what is the main thing that we are looking for when we look at the other versions over here? The main thing we are really looking for, traders, is the drawdown analysis, okay? The drawdown analysis. Now, what are we looking for in that? Now, let me just go back to here. Now, you see, you may say, Tiru, it looks like this is already great, right? I mean, we're having a good, healthy TGP, TGL is okay, net profit is all right as well. Remember, this is only for one instrument, yeah? So that is about 211 pips. Now, this is just on the daily time frame, right? 211 pips per year. Okay. Some of you might say, oh, that's a bit little, but remember, this is just one instrument. If you then put it over 10, 20, then it's more. It's also on the daily as well. It's a bit more passive, very well suited for 9 to 5 workers, business owners who do not want to be stuck to a screen to look at the trades every single hour, minute, or whatsoever. Okay, a bit more passive. Now, regardless of the number of pips it makes, the percentage it makes, whatsoever it is, the main thing we're really concerned over here, traders, is that, how can we apply these principles onto other strategies, right? Now, before I go on to that, what we are really looking to analyze here in terms of the drawdowns, the principle you can extract, whenever you're analyzing any kind of strategy and its variations, develop the constant. Make sure you just look at these main stats. Now, there's so many more stats you can look at. You just put the more main ones over here. P, profit to loss factor, is another one which we're not really looking at here yet. But once you got all this as a constant, then make the different variations and put them into a summary table. Now, then what you're then doing is we are mainly looking at the drawdown. The drawdown analysis, mainly what we are looking to do, traders, is that we are looking to minimize this total gross loss without compromising the total gross profit so that our net profit is almost the same. Now, some of you might say, okay, why do I even want to do that? Because the strategy one looks already perfectly fine, which is what I was saying just now. Now, if I go back to here, I tell you what's the issue with this, right? Now, let me show you one of it, which is not a straight win. So there's one over here, right? Actually, in fact, there was one more before that as well. Okay, never mind. Let me just show you on this one here. Let's say we did take this particular trade here where the bar got confirmed, right? On the replay, because this bar is going to close and the other one got to open before the top arrow and the confirmation dot happens because it's in real time. That's how we programmed it. But in any case, as I mentioned, if you were to take this, let me just get that one there. If I were to put it on the close there, right? And then we'll do it in real time as well. And then my stop loss is for the high, is what we looked at step one. Remember, all these things are inside our Master the Markets channel under stream section. Go and look at part 1 out of 5, okay? For those of you who are unsure of any of the terminology or the concepts in this video, watch our free Trader Starter Pack 5-day video course as shown in Empire Cinema. It is educational, entertaining, and covers basics and advanced content with cross-transferable principles for trading and investments. It pertains to both beginners and intermediate traders, all dedicated towards helping you achieve consistent performance. Go ahead and register for it on the link below. In terms of the target, right? The target what we are looking for is 2445 minus 25, isn't it? So 2420, right, is what we are roughly looking for. 2420, isn't it? Not traders, yeah? So let me just put that in there, 2420. And then I'll just put a green line there as well. Then you can have a rough idea what we are doing. So here, once we have all that locked in, right? Blue is your entry, right? And that's your ISL, and that's your target. Now, you see, the thing is, if I would just put to be happy with strategy 1, which is here, right? Let's look at the issues, what it poses, and why we create the different variations. The reason is for this. In this example, look, the first bar itself goes against you quite aggressively, is it not? Panic will will start to occur. And as of now, you are actually in unrealized loss because you're not stopped out yet. You're 87 pips in unrealized loss, which is about 810 pounds a point. That's 870 pounds you're down, yeah? A lot of people will start to panic at that point of time. But then those who understand that, you have to place your stop that far. This is what I talked about in STA, because to give it room to move, room to dance, if you may say. So once you give it enough room, you can see, if then I forward it then more, then it comes back towards your favor, comes quite near to your target, 124.21, doesn't hit it, goes back up again, and then after that, then it goes and hits your target. So take a look at this, right? So it took about 1, 2, 3, 4 days to get to a small target of 25 pips. Now, you see, traders, whether you're a professional or amateur, nobody can control this, how it gets to its target. Okay? But you can put some criteria in place, and that's what we've done. We've given you this framework. Yeah. For example, if you take a look at the previous one, even here, this even took even more longer, right? So let me show you one more, and then we can come out of this. So over here, take a look, right? So that was the top that was confirmed by our Smart Money Framework indicator. Then over here, that's where our entry is. target is 25, so what would that be? 119, 13, right? 119, 13. Then there we go. And there you go. Then the other one is the stop over here, right? So then what we are then taking a look at is, if we were to then play this forward, then you can see the first bar itself went against you quite aggressively, is it not, traders? So you're up here, loss of 121, right? So 121 in unrealized loss minus 121 in unrealized loss. Then after that, then what we are then taking a look at is, then it almost got to your stop loss here, did it not? Yeah. Then you are up, loss of minus 202, right? Minus 202. So you went up more further, okay? Right, minus 202. Then it came back down, then that has reduced now. Yeah, this is given away at 25 pip target, is it not, traders? Yeah. So then you might tell yourself, okay, how do I reduce that but still get the same amount, get to the same destination, but with lesser pain, right? Lesser losses or lesser unrealized loss, even NAV they call it, right? Net asset value. So how do we do that? And that's where the question happens, and that's where all these different variations comes in, and you start to look at, okay, and you start to look at different variations, and all we are looking at, as I said, is for the total loss to come down but not compromising the profit too much, total gross profit. Over here it came down, but it compromised the profit, total profit as well. Net profit came down much more significantly, as you can see with strategy number 2, right? And then later on, as you go along, you can see over here, even 5625, this came down, but still is compromising that. But look at over here, this is what happens, right? That was your nice balance. And the last strategy is where we strike the chord, right? Where it all comes together. Total gross profit, yes, reduces, but total loss also significantly reduces without compromising too much of the net profit. Look at that, 1956 and 2117. You're only giving up about 100 pips of net profit over 10 years. Now that doesn't matter, does it? Because your total loss now is reduced so much, okay? That's what we are looking at. And then if you look at even the average loss from here of 3240 divided by 67, it becomes much more lesser as compared to over here, okay? So that's what we are looking at, traders. All right. Okay, so now what did we do on strategy number 8? We introduced the time principle. So over here, what we then did is, how long does it take to get to the target? So we have it programmed over here, and we can do on a click of a button, we can say time to 25 pips. How long does it take? And then we can then find that out, okay? I can just do a very simple, just less than one bar, which is equivalent to 1 day eventually. Then it tells you, right, look, more than 80% of them get there within 1 day. And that's how then I can tailor my strategy, and I can look to change my rules. And that's how we got this rule set over here on strategy 8. Okay, so that's what I would say when you look at your drawdowns. Look at all of this very in minute detail. In fact, I would say even go more closer in detail, find out what the maximum peak to value drawdown is, right? Over here we found that it's 363.5% risk, that's about 7.26%. Peak to value drawdown, that means from your equity curve, from the peak to value drawdown is 7.626. You need to find all that out. As professionals, we are only concerned about the drawdown because the upside will look after itself. Okay. So, and you also need to know how long did it take to out of the drawdown, so that you're also mentally prepared as well. Okay. When all that happens, not only that, traders, you also need to analyze, as you have seen over here, what is the by trade drawdown also. Okay, loss clusters. Quite a lot of drawdowns you need to analyze so as to mentally prepare so that you don't get shocked and your confidence doesn't go low when you go through those drawdowns in real time. Okay, the things that we teach actually in our programs and all that, so as to make you a professional trader. All right, traders, that's that one there on the drawdown analysis. So that's what we would look now. From the last part, which is the inference, which I've gone through quite a bit already. Not necessarily you always have to choose a version with the largest net profit, as I've shown over here, right? Not necessarily. Look at the drawdown, say, compared to the net profit. Now, the profit loss factor as well, expectancy, how long it takes to come out of the drawdown, all this I mentioned. And also, most importantly, does it fit your personality? Some of you might say, some traders which we have shown this strategy to, they say it doesn't fit their personality. I mean, yes, it's high reliability, you get a lot of winners, but then one loss can eat up about 4 or 5 winners. Not really happy with that. We don't want that. So that's totally fine if you don't want it in your strategy portfolio. Remember, this is only strategy 1, right? You can build other strategies too. Totally fine. So what you then have to do is, traders, before you come to any inference, document your findings and inference onto a document for future reference. You need to document all of this into a document that you can always refer to when this reproduces itself in real time, so that you don't get shocked, you don't get panicked, you don't lose your confidence. Okay, that's how a professional really thinks, and all we are measuring in real time is not even the profits, but just the drawdowns. Okay, traders. Yeah. So with all that said, now the other thing is, then after that, in real time, then we start to measure it. Now, finally, once you've inferred and decided on which strategy to trade, see, for example, for us from this case study, real case study, we looked at strategy number 8, and then we transferred all those rules into the 5 components, right? We talked about this also in this one over here, in our channel over here in the streams. We talked about the 7 steps for strategy construction, all the components, what you need to develop the 5 components, right? So once you have transferred all those strategy rules, okay, according to the 5 components, then you are ready to look at it and document it and write down all the strategy rules as according to the 5 components, as I said, and then you're ready to go live, okay? And basically you're ready to go to the next step, which is then forward testing, traders, okay? And in forward testing, you're monitoring to see how it compares with your tested results, okay? This is what we're going to be going through in the next session. Not all the time your forward testing results will match up with your back testing results, which is what we're going to be showing you from our own real-time case study, where we are taking these trades live in real time and how they are measuring out to be, okay? Right, so I'll take a look at all of that. Just a quick recap on what we covered. Master the Markets 2010 channel is where you can revisit this recording that will be uploaded as part 3 out of 5. Other things you can take a look at is the different other video series on strategy construction, also your consistent trading performance here too. But what I would highly recommend is watch our 5-day video course first, because this will give you an overall understanding, especially beginner, intermediate traders, it doesn't matter. So you just put that link over here, go down to there, and then you can start to get the name, email address, number, optional for live trading dates, video updates, and you can get all of that. And also, how does the videos look like? It looks like this. It's a 5-day video course like that. And the first half is beginner stuff. The later part is advanced stuff, so that you guys can bring up to speed. The advanced stuff, usually you won't hear it anywhere online. And it looks something like this. Something like this with animation. We shot it outside, educational, entertaining. And then after that, then the advanced stuff will start to begin over here. Okay, so that's all there in terms of that. That's the link, and that's the traderstarterpack.com is where you can get the 5-day video course. All right, traders, I guess that's pretty much that from me. And as we always say, till the next time, let me just quickly check with the questions. I can just check. There's just 1 or 2 questions that has come in, traders, that I can see over here. Only thing is that they're asking is, Thiru, how do we actually apply this principle to other kinds of strategies if we do not like this particular strategy itself? I will talk about this in the next one, but simply you got to start with all the 5 components again, vary your target and look at your actual reward to risk ratio, okay, that you're looking to achieve on your second strategy 2. All right. And then you start with that and then apply the same principles into testing and seeing the drawdowns and everything, okay? As we go along, we will take a look, and I'll see if I get more time on the next video. We can also talk about this also. All right, I guess that's pretty much that from me. And as we always say, till next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. If you want to get notified every time we put a video up, especially on our live trading update videos, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications icon. This will get the YouTube algos to kick in and for you to join us in our mission to spread the truth of trading further, so that traders like you can benefit from our videos to trade like a master, achieve consistent performance, and change lives.